on this. Exciting to see all of you, and I hope you've been enjoying these boot camps. So tonight we're going to be talking a little bit about attraction marketing, and specifically talking about content creation and reels. So these are huge in the world of social media, and I have a PowerPoint that I'm going to be sharing my screen so you guys can see. I'm going to go through it a little bit fast, simply for the fact that time is number one, and then number two is going to be that some of these things were touched upon the other night when Jamie and Laura did their amazing call, and I felt like they did such an amazing job of educating how to use social media or Instagram for business, that some of the things you're just going to see, but we're not going to go in depth. And I just want you guys to revisit that call if you have any sort of questions. So let me know if you see, how do I do this? Sorry. Let me know if you guys see my screen. Do you guys see it? Yep. Okay, perfect. So here we are, content training, and don't worry, I'm gonna actually send out this presentation after so you guys can have it. And first and foremost, you guys do not need to be an expert. I threw No IG Samar, if you guys know her, she's part of WFab, and she actually started a social media business without social media. So I want to emphasize this. This is for everybody. It doesn't matter what your background is. We all have a place on social media because we're all unique. Like I always say, your superpower is you, and understand that the confidence is going to come with the practice and the knowledge. You know, follower count does not define your success, because people are going to sign up with you because they can connect with you, they can relate to you. Whereas with me, there may not be value or connection or relatability that I can offer to them. So that's something to keep in mind. And social media opens so many doors for us. So when I say that, I always think, I don't know if you guys know Bianca's story. She's an SED, a part of the Real Deal. And I love how she talks about how when she started this business, like one of the fears her family or her dad had was that she was going to run out of people to sell to. And she was like, Dad, like, you're thinking too small. Social media can put me in contact with people all over the globe. So I have the ability to continuously expand my business beyond my hot and warm market. So that's something to keep in mind here. We have a tool. We just need to know how to utilize it to get ourselves in front of as many people as possible. So your bio is your business card. Your first line, if you guys don't have this done already, that first line should be your mission statement. Who are you serving? That second line should be establishing your credibility. And the third line should be a call to action. I think most people have that, especially pointing down to your hair quiz, that link tree, or that milkshake, whatever it may be. And here on the screen are just some examples of how to do that. For me personally, the way that I have that set up is my first not the first line, sorry, where it says branding and TikTok expert, that bolded line, a lot of people have their names in there. You can keep your name or your nickname in there, but I want you to include something that's going to help you be more easy to search. So it's called SEO, it's search engine optimization, and that's like the search bar of Instagram. That's like the Google of IG. So you want people to be able to find you. So some people, maybe you're a work from home mama, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe you're online income mentor, maybe you're online freedom mentor, whatever that may be, that you want to market yourself as, that's going to allow people to find you. So if I'm trying to look up beauty tips, right, and you have, I'm going to pick on Giselle because she's on my screen, but if I have like Giselle beauty tip guru or beauty guru, whatever that may be, when I type in the word beauty, she's going to be one of the top people that comes up on that search bar. So that's something that I want you guys to keep in mind and constantly work on your bio, because your bio is your business card. It's going to tell people in like the first 7 seconds what you have to offer and why they should be following you. So this is super key, niching down in branding, because we want to make sure that when we're making content, we have to switch from the mindset of how am I going to gain more followers? How am I going to grow my following, to how am I going to better serve people? So constantly keeping in mind what is that ideal client that you have? What is that ideal market partner that you have? And who are you here to offer something to help and to serve? So that's super, super important. And I have these 3 examples here of people who I think have really amazing bios. So I don't know if you guys know who Ale is. She's on our team. And she is somebody who is in chiropractic school. She's a student. So her pitch line for how she serves her audience is I help the uninspired student ditch standards that's unfulfilling to them, right? She explains what she does. She's a chiropractic student pursuing a life of freedom. She focuses on travel mindset and wellness. And then she has her milkshake there, right? These other girls, Megan and Aspen, do a really amazing job of doing that as well. And then the example of the call to action, I have Leo here, and she says, level up with me. For me, I think I have like upgrade your beauty routine or something like that. Level up your routine. It can be so many things, whatever is a calling to you. I know like at one point, Bianca had no bad hair days. Find a way to make it fun so that you're driving people to that link. And I'm gonna touch upon it in a few, but have some more than one link in there. I don't want you guys to just have like your Monet quiz or just have your Monet website. I absolutely am obsessed with having a link tree or a Milkshake, and Milkshake even more. And we'll get to that in a second, but this is what I was talking about. So SEO is Google for Instagram. So when I type in online, I have Orlandria, who is an online business mentor, pop up. I have Megan, who is an online income mentor. Then I have these other pages: online marketing strategist, online marketing strategist, and online shop. You want to make sure that you're always at that top of that page. So I know most people have like their name, the way that I have it split between my name and online income mentor, so that if somebody is looking for any 3 of those words, I will pop up. They can find me without the intention of wanting to come across my page, and that puts me in the eyes of my ideal client without them even realizing it. So building your brand in the digital space. This is where content creation is super key, because content creation is both a science and an art, right? This is your weapon to building and connecting with your community. A stronger connection with your community leads to higher engagement by numbers, monetizing your audience through digital products and services, brand partnerships, and truly building out your business. And when I say that, it's because I want you guys to realize that even though we're all market partners and we're all partnered with Monet is not our brand, right? Monet has their own branding, they have their own business page, and we have to remember that. Whether or not, and this may be hard to hear for some people, but whether or not you like it, you have a brand. And that's not even on social media, that's just in life. I want you to think about what are the things that people associate when they think of you. And maybe that's your 5 pillars, but like, I kind of throw this back to like being in school, because like I just graduated from college like a year ago, but think about it, right? How do people perceive you? For me, like it was like, okay, was I always late to class? Was I always on time? Was I early? Like, was I prepared, or did I never do my homework? Like, I want you to think about that. Do people think you're a reliable friend? Do people see you as dependable? Do people see you as relatable? Do people see you as somebody to be your go-to for beauty tips, your go-to for I don't know, having a fun night? Think about it like that. You have a brand whether or not you realize it, on and off social media, right? Today we're going to be talking a little bit more about on social media and how to like best market yourself, because this is network marketing. You need to know how to network and socialize, and you need to know how to market yourself. That is huge, especially when we talk about attraction marketing and generating leads, growing your team, growing your clientele. So here are a few apps that I absolutely love to use. And I think I actually put 2 different ones here, because I started out with the Teza app. I still use it to this day, but I think this is way more user-friendly. I like it because you don't necessarily have to pay for it if you don't want to. The only benefit to paying for it is that you get to do like the photo editing, different like tricks and stuff like that. And you get additional presets. Other than that, you'll just get like the basic presets. And what that is just a filter on your photo. So this isn't super important, but we all like things to be aesthetically pleasing, and having a cohesive feed is appealing to the eye. And that's what you're essentially trying to do when somebody is coming across your page. And then just another way to do that is Lightroom. But I threw this in there for the people who maybe have tried Tezza out. It's not for them. Lightroom is an Adobe app, and it's also presets and filters. The only thing is that you have to pay for presets. So I think if you're trying to look for a more cost-efficient way, Tezza is the way to go. If you're somebody who's looking for a way to level up your content 100%, you can pay for presets. The only presets I use, and the only reason why I got this app, is because of Isa's Allure Me presets. And I find that they've been a huge help, but it's something new. Like, I had no idea how to use that app. And it's just a little bit more work, but it's 100% beneficial if you're doing this full time. But if you're doing it as a hobby, or if you're doing this as a hobby, you're just starting out doing this full time, or as a full time business, then Tez is the way to go. That's perfectly fine. Then here's some video editing apps, and I absolutely love InShot. You guys, if you don't have this on your phone, it's a super great app. You don't have to necessarily pay for it. Like, I think I only paid $1 so that the InShot watermark wouldn't be on my videos. Other than that, I don't pay for the app. Like, I know that there's like a pro version and different benefits to it, but this is super amazing. And I'll actually go into the app and show you guys how to use it a little bit. But I find that when I'm doing reels or editing IGTVs, I can add super cool transitions into it. I can trim easier. You can do so many things in that app without having to go into a whole other thing. This one is not Lightroom. This one is Video Shop, and it's another video editing app, but I only use it when I'm bringing a video over from TikTok and the sound doesn't save. So I can 100% show you guys how to do that, but it's not something that's required. You can do different editing in it, but I just wanted to give you guys an extra option for those who maybe struggle with InShot or just wanted a different option available to them. So these are my video editing apps. I know if you guys have an iPhone, iMovie is free too. You can 100% use that. There are a whole bunch of tutorials at your disposal. It's really about what works best for you, but know that there are options out there. So next up, we have Milkshake. So Milkshake is my go-to. I used to have a link tree, but I'm going to tell you guys that the reason why I like Milkshake better is because it obviously both of them hold more than one link, but you have an about me page in Milkshake, which means that you can, again, market yourself to your audience. You can give a little bit more information about you and have them learn about why they should keep on clicking. So like for me, I just have like, I was a cash-strapped college student who was looking for more out of life. And I came across an opportunity that is now changing my life. And then I have my Work With Me application. I'll show you guys this in a second. And then they can keep on going through my links. So last but not least, which we're about to go into, Canva. I absolutely love Canva. I do want to let you guys know that there is a mobile app for this. I personally don't recommend it. I'm somebody who has really big thumbs, so it's super hard for me to get detailed with my content on Canva. I absolutely swear by their desktop site, and this is something that I have been using for a long time now. I actually used to use it. I was an RA in college, and I used to hold events. I used to be like the president of a few clubs, so I would always make like my club content for our social media page, our events, event flyers, all of that stuff in Canva. And it's something that I honestly never thought to use for my business until I saw another market partner using it. And I was like, wow, this is a free tool at my disposal that is super easy. If you're somebody who struggles with doing content on your phone, whether that be, sorry, give me 1 second. If you struggle on doing content on your phone, whether it's because it's a small screen or because you need the opportunity to do things a little bit more detailed, I think like Canva is the way to go. So I just want to show you these apps real quick before we proceed. And my phone should start broadcasting in a second. Okay, perfect. So let me show you guys Milkshake first. It's just an app that you get and you can go in and edit it. This is what my Milkshake looks like. And this is what I mean. Let me give it a second to load. This is what I mean when I say you can create an about me page that you can't necessarily have on Linktree. So I have about me, I have a picture of myself. It's me, Adri. I'm so happy that you're here. I give my name, obviously, from cash-strapped college student to being in the business of building confidence in women, whether it be by helping them with their hair needs or offering them a life-changing opportunity. Welcome con mucho amor, XOXO Adri. They can click and get my Be Your Own Boss quiz. And then if they swipe, here are all my links, right? I have a whole bunch of links. You can do the same thing on Linktree. Obviously, the only difference is like you get to customize the background here. And I get to add this little bio so they know more about me, which I absolutely love. So I highly recommend if you don't have Milkshake, you wanna get this. And then let me show you guys InShot super quick. Here we go. So InShot, I'll show you guys this. Here are some really awful videos of my hair back in the day. I'm just gonna show you two. And I got these from Snapchat. So if I just, oh, there's sound. This was my hair in college. There's no, there's no transition. The videos are just gonna cut to each other. If I click on this, it brings up all these transitions at my disposal. So if you click, there's basic ones, you can like fade, there's circle ones. I personally like super ones. I don't know the way to describe it. Really grab your attention. So this is key with reels. Because reels, all about people have a short attention span. You need to make sure that you're keeping their attention. So I'm not personally real, like, let me stop this. I'm sorry, it's distracting. If I'm not personally doing a reel that has like its own transition, like if I'm covering the screen with my hand and then opening up with my other one, like my hair and my makeup and a nice outfit and stuff like that, I like to incorporate one of these editing tools. And then let me do this again, sorry. You have all these different things. You can add music, you can add stickers, text, filters, a picture in a picture. So when you see people adding pictures of like their checks or their before and afters, they're most likely going to be using something like InShot and that picture in a picture tool. You can split, which just means that like you're chopping the video, and if you wanted to get rid of this part, you can delete it. There's an undo button. You can change the volume, you can change the speed, you can do a whole bunch of things, duplicate. This is a really amazing thing. I feel like honestly, like this is, if you wanted an app where you can get it all done for video editing, it would be InShot. I've edited videos that are like 40 minutes long into like a 3-minute video in here. I think it's super user friendly. And if you don't already use this, I want you guys to go ahead and download it. Yeah, so, and then what I also use is Video Shop. And super quick, so here's actually, let me use this one. So then, here's an example of a reel I did with my sister that I bought.
Your hair doesn't go with your outfit. You're kind of Halloween-y.
What the is up your ass today, you little rager?
I put a worm up.
So I downloaded the video, and when you download it from TikTok, my recommendation, you don't want to put things right into Instagram Reels because it has that watermark that bounces around. IG is no longer promoting out videos that have that watermark. So what I do is that I save it as a live photo in my camera roll, I open it up, I save it as a video, and then I get the watermark. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the watermark is at my bottom.
Your hair doesn't go with your outfit. You're kind of Halloween.
So the only reason why I use this app, and I'm gonna have to do it with a different video, but sometimes when you import things from, oh, sorry, not record. Sometimes when you import things from TikTok, they don't have sound. And you probably noticed this when you save your IG Reels to your phone, but they don't necessarily save with sound. So let's say you take a video from TikTok and you take your video and they match up, like you already did the audio and stuff like that, but it's not coming up. So what you do, and don't worry about not getting this on the first try because all of this is recorded. Oh, somebody wrote something in the chat, I'm sorry. Hello. Oh. So here, you're gonna have the TikTok first, right? Whatever you're taking the sound from. So here, this video has sound. What I'm gonna do is click on the sound. I'm gonna lower the volume all the way. Then here, in the first video, the TikTok that I'm trying to extract the audio from, I'm gonna click on the volume thing.
Next time someone makes fun of you for trying too hard on social media, for trying to build a business, build a brand, become...
I'm sorry, the video scared me. I thought somebody was talking. So after I split sound, what I'm gonna do is hit delete, and this only works if the video you're trying to extract the audio from is in front of your video. So I'm gonna hit delete and click keep content. Now what's gonna happen is that her voice is gonna be over my video. So
next time someone makes fun of you for trying too hard on social media, for trying to build a business, build a brand.
You guys see that? So that's
next time someone makes fun of you for trying too hard on social.
This is the only reason why I have this app. It's called Video Shop. That's super simple, and I only come in to do that. Like, I have all my reels in here, if you guys can see. So now I'm gonna stop sharing my phone screen, and what I'm gonna do is hop back onto my computer so you guys can see how Canva works. If you guys have used Canva, can you guys just like raise your hand or drop a 1 in the chat so I know what I'm working with here? Raise hand. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So I personally, like I said, I love Canva. Let me X out of this. And here, I use Canva for a lot of my content. When I want to get something done super quick, I use something like Unfold just because it's a template you can plug in. But you guys, like, Canva is a game changer, I feel like, for content because it can be super simple and it can be super hard. So I'm just gonna focus on like the Instagram posts and the Insta stories, but there's so many things that you can do in here. So if I go into Insta story, and there's so many things, let me reiterate that. There's so many things you can do in here for free. You don't have to pay in this app. I pay for this app just because like I do a lot of content, but the only difference is like I'm able to have a brand kit with all my colors already saved. So if I show you, I think, let me see. It pops up somewhere here. You see how it says like, this is my sorority, we have specific colors, and then pre-picks palette, which is just like, that's me, but I have all these colors that I don't have to constantly look up the hex codes and try and figure out what those numbers and letters are. I can just have them here, which is super amazing. I have like logo kits. And then what's super cool, here's just some content that I have. If I wanted to edit image, I just do BG remover, which is background remover, and it's gonna take out what's in the background. But you guys, there's a free way to do this. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I mean, let's see. Let me do this with something else. It's probably easier. Yeah, here you see how it just took out the background and it's showing showing the products. The way to do this, if you don't have Canva Pro, is called background BG. And all you would do is upload the image here or drop the file. And then you can actually have them, whatever it is, you can have them remove the background, download that image, and just upload it into Canva, which is super simple. And you can use this for tons of different things. But I personally like utilizing the templates. If you're super particular about how things look, you can 100% do things from scratch. And these templates are super amazing. So Canva already, the more you use it, it has an idea of what you want. I guess it has its like own kind of algorithm of what you like and stuff like that. And so you can do different things. You can do quizzes for IG. They have different templates. So if I actually look this up super quick, because people ask me about this all the time, but like if you want to see how people do like those Twitter posts, you can look up social media and it's in here. Actually, let me, social media posts. Instagram. This is huge. Like, I don't know, I feel like everybody's done this, but the in-feed post for Australia, of course, now that I need it, it's not gonna come up, but that's okay because I literally have it saved right here. This one, this is the one that I'm talking about. I have this and I put different quotes, and this is cool because you're creating shareable content that's customized to you. So I have my face, I have like my username, my name, and I have different quotes here. I get so much engagement from these kinds of posts because people are constantly resharing them, and from the people resharing them, they're bringing their followers to my page and I get to engage with new people, which is like the whole point of social media, right? I always tell my team, the algorithm and Instagram is like a game. You just have to learn how to play it, right? It's their rules. You're on their turf. We're using their platform. So this is one of the ways to do that. And I like to do different posts, which I'll talk to you guys about in a second. You can do recruiting posts, right? I have this one for Australia. I did, this is one I just started, but I like to do my flyers in here because it's already a template and all I have to do is plug it in. So like I did this live this morning with Astrid. All you need to do is do something super aesthetically pleasing. All I did was change up the font. I added a neon. You can go in here and this is cool. I actually love this part because you can search up frames, and that's all I did. I added a circle frame of us, which I can then input a picture. So you upload any media that you want from your camera roll. You insert it in there, and then what I did was I looked up, I think it was like a neon circle, if I'm not mistaken. And this is like, I mean, this is such a weird word, I don't want to use it, but like, you know, pizzazz, like it just, or like it adds a little bit of spice in your life, and you're gonna get the hang of it. But let me actually open this up a little more. But this is exactly how I did that, right? I just add a ring around it to draw attention to it. I type their IGs, and then what I do is I look up the Instagram logo. Right? You could change the color up here, whatever you want. Right? I like to stick to neutral colors because that's my vibe. But if you want like a neon color, if you want pastels, you can 100% use that. And something that's super cool, I use this for everything. I use this for presentation, it's for resources for my team. I use this for content. And for some reason, I can't scroll. Let's see all. I want to show you guys something that I've been doing lately that I don't know, like people seem to really love it. Here, hair care plan. So I know I sent this out. I don't know how many of you guys are here from the English chat, but I can send this out if you guys want this, just like write in the chat and I'll send it out in our big Elevate team chat. Hair care plan. I don't know how many of you like to do voice notes, and I always do voice notes, but lately I've found that people aren't opening my voice notes because they're like, oh, hey, I'm at work. I didn't hear your voice note, or hey, I'm in a loud space, stuff like that. Remember, voice notes don't save. So I have had people say like, can you text that to me? So one day I just thought of it, but I did this hair care plan. And what you can do is add the person's first and last name up here. And the same way you would tell them what you're gonna recommend to them for their hair, their treatment products, their styling routine, and they're only for you. You can do that here, right? What you do is you're gonna go to the Money site. I'm gonna put in Renew Shampoo. And then I like to go to images. And then do you guys see this first image here, how it says moneyglobal.com shampoo for thinning hair? I'm gonna click on that, and what you want is this checkered background because that's a PNG. If you don't get that, that's perfectly fine. You can use the background BG like I just showed you, or if you have Canva Pro, you can use the edit image and remove the background. All I do is drag this and I save it to my desktop. Then I go back into Canva. Where was I? Here. I go back into Canva, I click uploads and I drag it in there, and that's how you upload an image. Like, it's super, super simple. I feel like it's really easy to follow. All I would do is click on it, drag it. I already have this as a template, so I just like try to match the size. And then you can do this. And as you start building this content, like you can just add a page, right? Or duplicate the page. And as you start building this content, all you're doing is plugging in, right? You can change the colors, you can change the fonts and make it you. And this is what's super key is like, make it you. Like, you know, here I have this for my team to use so they can actually add their money site. Like for me, it would be adrianadaniela.mymoney. I have my Instagram handle here. And like this, I send this to a client so that whether or not they check out that same day, I already have what their hair care plan is, what I'm recommending the products for them. And even if they decide, hey, I'm gonna go on the website and sign up myself, they're picking the correct products because they have the images and they have the description. So I think that this is super helpful. Obviously, like this isn't content related, but like it's content for your VIPs. I do different social media posts. I like to do flash sale posts. My first post will be an image of myself, and then I do the carousel, which is just more than one picture. And this is something that IG is really pushing, you guys. So I want you to utilize carousels, which is, like I said, it's just more than one. I don't know how many people actually know what a carousel is. You guys probably know what it is and just like don't know that it's called that. Desktop over app. I'm sorry, I can't see the chat, you guys, so I'm opening it up now. Okay, perfect. I'll send it to you guys. So I like this. It's like, again, you guys probably see the same thing. I use the same background for my tips. All I did was change the color to pink instead of the brown. And this is what I did for one of our most recent flash sales. I put the VIP program perks, so that way you don't necessarily have to have a long caption. And you'll find like when you have one image, you can have a long caption. If you want to cut your caption down and have a short one, just find a way to make your caption into a carousel post. So like this would be a carousel, for example. So instead of saying like, oh, I have 10 tips for how to take care of your hair and skin in the winter, this first page will be tip number 1, you know, buy your Rejuvenate oil and do weekly scalp treatments. This is going to be tip number 2, incorporate a hydration mask. This is going to be tip number 3, you need to exfoliate your skin with or exfoliate your hair with the scalp scrub. Tip number 4, exfoliate your skin with our body polish. You know, that this is different ways. I'm focusing on beauty tips because like I feel like that's what I love, and I feel like it's a way that we can better serve our audiences so that they're constantly coming back for more. But whatever your niche is, whether it's mom tips, whether it's fitness tips, you can utilize and make this content your own. So I don't know if you guys have specific questions for me in terms of like how to use Canva. I usually try to go off like what you guys' vibe is before I go into what's next. Any questions? Let me stop sharing my screen real quick so I can check the chat. Let me see. Okay, perfect. So we're good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and continue real quick with our presentation. And here we go. So Reels, we already talked about this. I'm pretty sure everybody on this call has already utilized Reels, but Reels are the perfect way to attract your audience. So what I like about Reels is that they give anybody and everybody the chance to actually go viral. So what I like to use is the trending audio. You want to make sure you're using trending audio and transition. And this is the way for you to maximize who's seeing you, increase your chances of getting on the Explore page. So many people have been experiencing massive growth from Reels, but the trick is to be consistent. And that doesn't mean like posting frequently and stuff like that. And what I mean by that is like you could post a reel every day, but try your best to post a reel every day at the same time, right? Trial and error is what works best here because the algorithm literally changes every day, right? So focus on educating, focus on how you can serve your followers best, how are you relating to them, and showcasing your energy and personality. The reason why video content is being pushed so much instead of what Instagram was doing before and pictures and everything is because people can feel your energy. And I was talking about this on the call the other day, but that is how you convert your audience. That is how you get people coming back for more, because people need to be feeling your energy. And I give the example of like if I'm talking about this oil and I'm like, this oil is so cool and it has 100 uses and blah, 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 blah. Nobody's gonna care. People are just gonna think that I'm trying to sell them. Instead, if I'm like, you guys, I used to have the worst dandruff ever, and let me tell you, this oil saved my life. Like, which is more compelling? You know, that's what you guys want to think about. And so I love the way that W5, I don't know if you guys follow W5, the way that they do attraction marketing, but they have an actual system for it, which is why I want to talk about it. So a system for duplicatable system for posts. So this is super, super key. And I'm gonna be giving you guys a lot of value, but I want you guys to follow along with me. So it's broken down into five different categories. The first one is value, the second is personality, the third one is story vulnerability, the fourth one is credibility, and the fifth one is mindset. And I want you guys to split this up into like days of the week. So think about it like the what is the first day of the week? The Sunday, right? Sunday is gonna be like a business value post, right? But Wednesday is gonna be like a niche value post. Monday, you're showcasing your personality. Tuesday, you're talking about your story. Thursday, you're giving about credibility, why people should follow you from your niche. Like, what experience do you have? Why, like, obviously, I'm not a mom. I'm not going to be talking about why people should be raising their kids this way, or what moms should be doing to recover from postpartum depression or postpartum hair loss, because I haven't experienced it. I don't have any credibility there. I have no business telling people how to raise their kids because I'm still a kid. I have no babies of my own. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Versus, let's say you're a mom, let's say you're a student and you want to share tips about how to be time blocking in school, how to time manage. Maybe you're a fitness guru, right? You've been on your fitness journey and you've seen results, whatever that may be. You know, how have you improved your strength? How have you improved your what do you call it? Your endurance, your stamina, right? So this is super key here. So value is helping people do things better and faster, making people feel good about themselves and their interactions with you. So you do that by shareable content. You have your audience's eyes on you, and this is how you get quality followers and leads, and you're not just attracting anybody, right? You want to be attracting people who are going to work well with you, who are going to relate to you, and who are going to match your energy. And this is super, super key, because like everything is energy. You're going to attract people who are on the same frequency as you, or who are ready to get on your frequency. So your posts need to be shareable and savable, and this is super key. I don't push this so much, but you guys, if it's not a big deal to you, you need to have a public page so that people can save and share your content. If you want to have a private page, that's perfectly fine, but understand that you're limiting yourself a lot in who you can reach with this business and with your content. So number two, ask yourself if you have an entertainment factor. Does your audience know you, your traits, your habits? Are you being authentically you? Can they feel your energy? So if you guys are somebody who's shy, like I'm a little bit shy, but I've almost created an alter ego for IG so that I come here with energy. And people say this all the time. Like I get this all the time, and people are like, but I'm not like you. I can't be like you. I can't post on social media. I can't go live. You guys, if any of you have met me in person, I probably don't talk. Like I probably talk this much because I get so shy. Like unless I really know you, then I'm like, but it takes years for that to happen. On IG, I'm not like that. Why? Because I want to grow, right? I want to connect with people. I want to be able to grow my business and help people because it's not doing me any justice if I stay silent. So think about how the people that look up to you, the people you look up to, are they confident, right? They know what they bring to the table? And every time I hear this, I think of Boss Lee, Jessie Lee. Do you guys know who she is? The people's mentor. She has a podcast. She's super amazing. She's a super successful network marketer, but she is loud and proud. Like that girl is insane. And every time I'm on one of her calls, her energy is so contagious. And that's how I want you guys to be with it. So stay relevant. Your personality pays you, right? This is about you being you. You're going to always attract the right people. I don't want you to focus on, oh, well, I'm not getting in front of the right people's faces. I'm losing followers. You're always going to attract the people that need to be with you. You know, don't focus on getting followers for the sake of getting followers, because I personally think quality over quantity. You know, some people think quantity breeds quality, which is perfectly fine. But I would rather have 10 people or 100. I would rather have 100 people in a room that love me and know me for who I am, because they're going to support me no matter what, versus 1,000 people just watching me to watch me, and they may never, you know, build a connection with me. They may never join my team. They may never support me. They may never share my stuff. They may never become a customer. Like, to me, I would pick the 100 over the 1,000 every single time. So that's a way that I like to think about it. So number 3, tell your story. Take people on a journey with you. Think about where you were before. And this is what I mean by your ideal client. I like to speak to who I was before this business. What position was I in when I started this? Why did I say yes to this? I was a student who was burnt out. I was a student who felt underappreciated, underpaid, undervalued, you know, but I was always doing too much. And in this business, I feel seen. I feel like I have a seat at the table, and I feel like I can do so many things now. And before I felt like I didn't have options, right? It was just go to school, get your 9 to 5, and that's it. You live life. So talk about where you were before, since you found the business, like what are you doing now? And then where do you see yourself going in the future? This is super key, because people may not necessarily relate to where you are now or where you're going. When they hear, like, I was talking on a call today with Astrid, and she was talking about how, you know, I was doing 2 jobs, but I just didn't have the time. You know, I was crying. I was going home from work. I was crying, and I was talking about like how I did this business because I was putting my coffee on a credit card. Like, I didn't have the $3 to buy Dunkin' coffee, but I was working all this time, and everything was going straight to my bills. And then it was just a cycle because I was just using my credit card again, or I had student loans. People can relate to that. People can relate to not having the 20 bucks to fill up for gas, or people can relate to, you know, having that pit in your stomach before you go to work and sitting in traffic. People can relate to working by the pool, or what do we do? Like, we do so many things. People can't relate to earning free trips. Do you guys see what I'm trying to say? We need to also focus on where we've been, where we are now, and where we're going. That's exactly how you tell your story. So the way that I like to explain it is talking about your scars instead of your scabs. When you're talking about story vulnerability, I don't want you guys to get too hung up on, oh, well, I'm a super private person. If you're private, you're private. You just share as much as you want to share. And the reason why I say talk about your scars instead of your scars instead of your scabs is like, your scabs is something, if you pick at it, it's gonna start bleeding. Your scar is already healed, right? If you pick at it, nothing happens. So that's what I mean. If you have something that is gonna get you, is provoking a lot of emotion to the point where you can't even talk about it, that's something that I would say you probably need a little bit more time of healing, which is perfectly fine. Like nobody's forcing you here to tell people about your whole life story that you don't want to share. This is about the things that you do want to share. This is about the things that somebody else may be going through that you can help them through, because I always say like hindsight is 2020. So that kind of ties into credibility. Credibility is the hardest and it takes the most time, but we all start at zero. And this can be with the business. If you feel like you don't have credibility in the business, I always say this is kind of like a perspective thing, but you may not necessarily be SED. You may not necessarily have the car. Talk about the people who do. Talk about your uplines, your sidelines, the people on your team, right? You gain influence by touching people's lives. Share stories. That's super, super key. Like I remember when I didn't earn trips. That doesn't mean I wasn't talking about them. That doesn't mean that I wasn't talking about trying to earn them. That doesn't mean I wasn't talking about my upline earning a trip. And that's the whole reason why I wanted to join the company, until it happened for me, because it is going to happen to you. It's just a matter of when, not a matter of if. So I want you guys to think about that when you're talking to your audiences. So utilize all the features of IGs, and we're going to go through Reels in a second. This is what I wanted to cover. Perfect. How to serve. I felt like Jamie and Laura did a really, really great job of talking about this. So I'll go through the slides, but I don't want to dwell on them because I feel like it's kind of redundant. But the whole key of this is being you, right? You're not here to copy Isa, Bianca, Joe, Vero. You're here to be you. And like I said earlier on the call, you are your own superpower. You have something that nobody else in this room, in this world, in this company has to offer. So you need to utilize that. You need to figure out what that is. And that's what you share with the world. That's what you share with social media. Perfect. Okay, actually, this is what I wanted to cover. So IG Reels and must-haves. I want you guys to go over this. I think everybody pretty much has this checklist, but if you don't have these on your feed in some way, shape, or form, I have some of these as IGTVs. I have some of these as Reels. I have some of these as posts. You'll get this presentation afterwards, but you need to have all of these in some way, shape, or form. And why do I say that? Because all of these are a system in some way or another. So when somebody asks you, hey, what are the VIP perks? Instead of you saying the same thing to 500 people 500 times, you can save your 2-minute IGTV or your 1-minute reel talking about the VIP program and send it to them, so that if they become a VIP and they have somebody saying, well, what is that program? Do you have to order every month? Do you have an order minimum? Whatever that may be, like, are there any benefits? They can share that too. And that's what I mean by shareable and savable content. You can do these with all these different topics. And then that goes into this, I think it's number 8, right? It says start hiring a team and automating before you feel like it. Obviously, that does not apply to this business, but what does apply is that you need to automate your responses. So when somebody asks you, hey, I just use this example, but like, hey, what's the VIP program? If somebody asks you, hey, I'm interested in the business, if they took your hair quiz and they reach out to you like, hey, I don't know if you saw, I took your hair quiz. What can I get for the products? Or hey, I don't know if you saw, I took your work with me quiz. Like, I want to start the business with you. What does it entail, right? You already know, you have your process, whatever that may look like. Like for me, now that we're expanding and I'm getting followers from different places, I'm like, hey, thank you, that's so amazing, so nice to meet you. Like, where are you located, right? Because usually they end up telling me their name, but like, I'm like, where are you located? This is how I've been doing my conversations with like girls in Australia. You guys, you always want to end in a question, which they went over the other night on a call, but now I have that copied and saved. When somebody asks me, oh, what is the VIP program? How do I purchase products? Like, what are the perks this month to joining you, whether as a customer or business? I already have that saved in my notes And what you can do is you can create a keyboard shortcut so that if you click like VIP, that blurb already comes up. Or if you're like me, like I just copy and paste everything from my notes, but I already have the information there. I do this when people follow me, and this is my upline taught me this, but I didn't want to do it for a long time. So when somebody follows you, the way that you get into their DMs is like just saying hi, like Melanie's on the call right now, but she would be like, hi, I'm Melanie, you know, like, do we know each other? Like, thank you for the follow. Do we know each other? Right? For me, I was like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to get in anybody's DMs. What I do now, because I actually saw an SED, I think, what's her name? Joy Kimbrough, right? I followed her after Monations and I got a message from her. And it said like, hi, I'm Joy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Welcome to the Hot Mess Express. And I was like, that's so funny. And I started using it. I was like, hi, I'm Adriana. Like, I hope you find yourself feeling inspired, having a lot of laughs, stuff, something along the lines on that. And people reply to it. But that's an automation that I've created on social media that now every time I get a new follow, let me reiterate, I don't do this with market partners. Because if I open the page and I know you're a market partner, I could just be like, hey, what's up? Like, thanks for the follow, you know, but I do this with people that I can see are not market partners, and people 9 times out of 10, they always reply. Like, and this has been helping me connect with people, especially if you're like following people from Australia and engaging with them. It's helped me so much in terms of already getting in that DM instead of waiting for them to reply to you, waiting for them to react to whatever and stuff like that. You want to take the initiative straight off the bat. So here are accounts to follow if you guys are interested in IG growth, how IG works. But super quick, for the people who don't know how Reels work, I want to show you guys how they work and how you can do them, because I know I actually have some people who don't know how Instagram works at all, which is perfectly fine. But that's exactly what we're here for. So let me join back in on here. And I love, I'm going to show you actually different Reels. Whoa, sorry. I hope you guys have learned some stuff from this call that you did not know before, or had some refreshers. I'm sorry if it's a lot. I know it's a lot. But I wanted to pack a lot of value on this call. So I want to go over transitions super quick. Let me see, I actually just had this. So you want your transitions to be super clean. So I'm going to show you a few Reels before I show you how to create one. Oh, actually, I'm in the wrong tab. And some recommendations I have, you guys want to have like really amazing lighting for these. You want to diversify your background. I don't know how many people here actually content batch, which just means like you create like more than one piece of content in a certain amount of time. I personally love to do that. Somewhere here, sorry. I'm looking for like a.
Are you a good witch?
This is a transition reel.
Who, me?
So
I'm not a witch
pay
at all.
super close attention. Do you guys? Actually, I can't even see anybody. If I don't know how many of you guys saw when the bug snapped, you can't even tell when that happened and what point in time. This is what I mean by having super crisp transitions. And so you want to make sure that you have different backgrounds, because something like, I don't know, this must be like a psychology thing, but when people see the same thing over and over again, like I'm pretty sure people see this on my stories because I'm always in this room, but people tend to zone out because, or like if you post the same picture on your feed, because in their mind, they're registering that they already saw it, even if the actual content or the caption or whatever may be different. So these are all different, right? You don't just want to constantly stand in front of like a white wall. Something else, there's these kinds of transitions. There's a whole bunch of different ones, which you're just tapping the phone, and then eventually I end in the same spot. I start in the same spot that I ended with my hand over the the phone and then I take it away, and that's an example of a transition. Personally, you guys, like, I'm not a social media guru. I know stuff a lot about social media, but everything I learn is literally from like TikTok and Instagram itself. I follow people who do tutorials because it's way easier for me to learn from those like broken down, like how to do the tutorial with like taking off your clothes and stuff like that, how to do a cool transition with like a prop or something. Like those are super amazing. And then here, this is a great example of shareable content. Every time I post something like this, I always see it on somebody else's story. So I always see that it's been reshared, stuff like that. And you can do this with different things. You can do funny, goofy ones that show off your personality. That I've done some with like my sister that people really love. Like we were pretending we were the Kardashian sisters. And let's see, like these. And then I've done some with
I know, but we look the same. Maya is really cute.
Elevate. Only obligation is to tell it straight. So much on my.
I think you take things really.
You know, I learned a long time.
Wanna talk to me? You Venmo me.
Your hair does. Those are keychains.
Leggings and a huge
100% like go through my IG. That's perfectly fine. This is an example of something that I put through InShot, right? This, let me see. This is something that I made in InShot and put it together. You know, like I'm repurposing content, and I don't necessarily make everything in IG. And the only thing I want to tell you guys, if you make stuff in IG, just save it, because IG glitches so much. So you're gonna click that that plus sign, you're gonna click create a reel, and here you have your oh, this is the wrong way. Here you have like your image. You guys see me? I don't even know. Hi, you guys see me too much. It's okay. So here on your screen, you have different ways that you can add music, right? You can add trending songs, you can browse, click see more. You have so many things at your disposal. You can search things up. Personally, I like to save things, and this is what I mean by trending audio. Let me go out real quick. In this Reels tab, if I scroll, I like to scroll for inspo. You see how this one has this Cardi offset, the trending audio. What I would do is click on it, save audio, and it inputs it. Oh, look at Melanie. It inputs it into that. Melanie and Jaylene are here. Sarah Hill is here. I recognize all these people, and this is how people find people. And this is how people get so many followers from IG. So I'm gonna wrap this up super soon. I'm so sorry we went so long, but you can go immediately from here, click on it and change where you want to start the audio and just do that from there. You can change the speed. Guys, you can make it slower. The point is like slower. And then when it's like this, when it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 times, it's faster. I personally like doing this when I'm doing like a talking audio. I'll do the slower version because it means less takes. So like, when you see my mouth moving really fast and it's like one of those acting audios, I probably put it on 0.3 speed because I can talk super slow, like literally in slow-mo, but it comes out so fast that nobody can catch my mistakes, which means I really only sat there 1 or 2 times learning that audio to do the reel, instead of spending an hour trying to do the same thing. And things honestly don't even need to be perfect. Like after like my max is 10 takes. After 10 takes, if I don't get it, like it's getting posted and that's it, because people relate to that too, right? And you can just be like, I saw somebody caption one of their reels the other day, like how many takes did this take? People relate to that. People also struggle with reels, and it's not about being perfect. It's all about being relatable. So here, I don't know if you guys saw what I did, but these little 3 stars are all the filters that you have saved, all of the different trending ones, reels, appearance. You can do so many things. Here's a touch-up feature. Here's a timer. This is super key, especially like I like to use my tripod, leave it up there. If you don't have one of those remotes, this is great. I love using the timer, and it's gonna count down and it'll like save the audio so that when you click it, it goes 1, 2, 3. You see what it is, you do your transition, stop. I mean, this is a shorter time period, but let's say what I wanted to do is trim it. I go back, I click the scissors, I put it to wherever I want. So for this, if I'm doing a transition, it would be obviously when the camera is completely covered. And then I click trim. And then what I'm gonna do is click done. And I continue recording from that spot. The only thing you want to be mindful of is that you have to set the timer every time. So I'm going to do a timer for 3 seconds. And right here, I'm going to use, like, I have this card. And then wait 3 seconds. Boom, that's how I finish it. And like, that's a reel, you guys. It's super, super simple. Obviously, it's only as complicated as you make it. Afterwards, if you want to, you can adjust the audio. If I had actual sound behind this, I would just like change it depending on what you want. You can do voice. This is how you do a voiceover. You would just put the trending sound a little bit lower so people can actually hear your voice. You can add the mic here. And if I was just talking, I could record and be like, hey, you guys, my name is Adriana, blah, 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 blah. That's the voiceover. Add music. This is how you save it. Save everything. It's going to save without the audio. That's perfectly fine, but you need to make sure that you save outside of your drafts. And I'll show you how to save in your drafts in a second. You can add different GIFs and stickers in here. This works very similar to IG stories, obviously right in here, all that good stuff, and type. Change your font. Now, if I click next, you're gonna see down here, it says save as draft. I can 100% save it in there. You always wanna share to your feed, and then you can change this and put any cover story. So if you wanted to do something here, like let's say I had a title slide, I would put it there. If you wanna do something nice, you could put it, and this is how people get that cohesive feed, even with showing their reels. I personally share it to my feed, and then after like a day or two, I just remove it because I have all my reels in my reel tab, and I keep like my posts in one tab. I don't keep everything in the front, but that's a personal preference. It's not gonna mess with who your visibility. It's not gonna mess with who sees your stuff. Always, always, always put your hashtags in the caption. So when you're giving the title, you're giving your caption, whatever that may be. What I like to do, I hit return. 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. 1 space 1, and then hashtag whatever is relevant to your caption, because they found that hashtags in the comments doesn't necessarily work anymore. So you want to maximize the amount of people who are seeing you every single time. I recommend adding hashtags to almost every post you do. Then you can crop the profile image. That's not important. Now, something that's super huge is that Reels is actually adding location. And I wanted to talk about that because location is another way that people can find you. So that's super, super important. Like I said, you can save without audio. If you were to do a Reels draft, all you would have to do to access it is click where your little home thing is, make sure you're on this page for Reels, and your drafts are all here. The only thing is that when you, what's the purpose of the points? Oh, I just do it for space. It's like a visual thing. I just don't like it when all the hashtags are there. They don't make a difference. So you can do that however you want. I just like to hide my hashtags. Here are the drafts. So if it says it now, this disclaimer used to not be here, and I learned the hard way. If you log out of Instagram or uninstall the apps, your drafts are gonna be gone. This happens to so many people, and I know how hard people work to create content. So I wanna make sure you guys have a way to save your drafts, even if you have to. Some IG experts recommend doing, what do you call it? Screen recording. Like they actually screen record their reels so they remember how they go and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. Do you guys have any other questions? Because I think I covered everything. And if you guys want, like, I don't know, I know everybody has a different expertise with social media, but if you guys are interested in having like a intermediate or expert like just reels or just content creation on Canva or just content creation on Unfold. I'm always happy to do that for you guys. You just guys gotta let me know, okay? But I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this call. I know it's jam-packed, so 100% I'm gonna be sharing the recording and the presentation so you can go back and have everything. Take your notes and make sure that you're doing your content intentionally and with a purpose, because I promise that once you start operating that way, you're gonna see the growth that you want. You're gonna receive the results that you want, okay? Let me stop
Yes.
recording. Have a great